this is a newly built solid wall, but the man claimed he could pass through it. As the screen slowly came down, the next second, the man actually passed through. The audience below was stunned. Even Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of Sherlock Holmes, couldn't spot any flaws. Until 3 seconds later, the audience finally burst into enthusiastic applause. Unexpectedly, Conan asked him to do it again. Houdini was put on the spot. Although he had only rehearsed once, he had to go through with it anyway. Just as the screen was pulled down, the assistant triggered the mechanism below stage. Houdini quickly crawled through. Seeing the great magician in such an awkward state, even his wife couldn't help but smile. But Houdini calmly signaled to his assistant. When the screen was pulled back again, Houdini had completed the pass-through once more. The audience erupted in even louder applause, but Conan seemed to realize something. After the show ended, he went straight backstage, saying he had used Sherlock Holmes' perspective to figure out the secret of passing through walls. Houdini felt inevitably nervous, but what came next shocked him even more. You must have spiritual powers. Houdini could never have imagined that the writer known for his logical deductions would believe in supernatural things. However, at that moment, the assistant brought devastating news. Houdini's mother had suddenly passed away. His mind went completely blank, and he fainted on the spot. His mother was the most important person in his life, but he had neglected to spend time with her. He didn't even get to say goodbye. He had so many things he wanted to tell his mother, but it was all too late. Seeing Houdini so heartbroken, the assistant suggested he try communicating with his mother through spiritualism, but Houdini knew well, those were all just tricks. Actually, many years ago, Houdini had performed similar spiritualist tricks. He had spirits possess his wife, who would reveal many details about past cases. Many witnesses found it extremely accurate, but all of this was actually information they had obtained from the police beforehand, then processed with some speculation, and dramatically presented. Although the performance was incredibly successful, it stirred up painful memories for the victims' families. Seeing their suffering, Houdini felt deep remorse, and decided never to touch such things again. But his mother's passing left an unhealing wound in his heart. He would often sink into deep longing, sometimes even experiencing hallucinations. Finally, he decided to try spiritualism, but those fraudulent charlatans only knew basic deceptive tricks. He went time after time with hope, only to return disappointed each time. He finally understood how the victims' families felt back then. His heart filled with anger and disappointment, so he began exposing these tricks to the media, openly challenging so-called medium organizations. But this also touched others' interests. There were always people watching his every move from the shadows. One day he met the Conan Doyles again. They knew about Houdini's skepticism towards spiritualism, so they decided to conduct a seance for him personally. And Mrs. Doyle's method was indeed different from others. She used a pen as a tool to communicate with spirits. As a ghostly wind blew by, Mother seemed to truly possess the lady's body. In that moment, Houdini truly felt his mother was right beside him. His eyes filled with tears. The endless longing in his heart finally found solace. But he had already noticed the discrepancies, because his mother couldn't speak English at all, and would never forget his birthday. Just in that moment, he simply wanted to feel his mother's care one more time.